This is fundamentally about things happening at the same time. Synchronization.
That's the heart of it.
So prevention must be about breaking that.
Break symmetry by design. That's the core principle. We have to stop components from doing exact same thing at the exact same time, especially around recovery or data regeneration.
Makes sense. So proactively, before the herd even forms, what's the simplest way?
Probably messing with time, injecting a bit of randomness.
Chaos engineering a little bit.
Sort of. We call it staggered cache expiration. Instead of giving every popular cache item the exact same time to live, say 60 seconds, you add a small random amount. Maybe the TTL is randomly set between, say, 55 and 65 seconds for each item, even if they're created together.
Okay, so they don't all expire at once.
Exactly. That tiny bit of randomness spreads out the regeneration requests over that 10-second window, turns a massive spike into a gentle trickle that the backend can easily handle. Simple, but really effective.
Okay, staggering expiration helps prevent the stampede, but what if it's too late? The cache is missed, and you've got like 1,000 requests all wanting the same data right now.
Right, the stampede is happening. Now you need an arbiter, a single point of control. This leads to techniques like coordinated initialization or, more generally, leader election.
Like appointing a foreman instead of everyone grabbing a hammer.
Perfect analogy. Instead of all 1,000 requests rushing off to the slow database, they first race to acquire a distributed lock that's specific to that missing cache key. Only one process wins that race. It becomes the temporary leader for that key.
And only the leader goes to the database.
Only the leader gets permission to hit the backend and update the cache. What do the others do? They wait. Usually, they just pull the cache periodically, waiting for the leader to populate it.
That prevents the database mesh. But isn't there a risk of stampeding the coordination service itself? Like the thing giving out the locks?
Great question. Yes, and good systems plan for that. Look at something robust like Apache Zookeeper when it manages leader elections.
How does it avoid that?
It uses something called sequential ephemeral nodes. When the current leader for some task fails or disappears, Zookeeper is specifically designed not to notify everyone who was waiting. It only notifies the next node in the sequence. Just one potential successor. If it woke everyone up at once, they'd stampede Zookeeper, trying to become the new leader. That targeted notification is a brilliant piece of asymmetry, protecting the coordination layer itself.
That is clever. Okay, shifting gears to the reactive side. The herd is stampeding, the retry storm is brewing. We often hear exponential backoff as the answer, delay the retries.
Right.
But you mentioned earlier, simple backoff isn't always enough. How can delaying still lead to synchronized ways?
Yeah, it's the classic pitfall. Imagine 1,000 clients all fail at the exact same second, T0. They all calculate their first exponential backoff. Maybe it's, say, 500 milliseconds.
Okay.
So at T500 meters, boom, they'll retry together. That fails. They all calculate the next backoff, maybe 1,000 meters. So at T1500 meters, boom, another wave.
I see. You're just replacing one big flood with a series of smaller but still synchronized floods.
Exactly. It hammers the recovering service just as it's trying to get back on its feet, delaying real recovery.
So what's the fix?
Jitter. Randomness again.
Like the cache expiration.
Same principle. You add a random amount of time to the calculated backoff delay. This completely desynchronizes the clients.
How much randomness?
A common and very effective strategy is full jitter. The client calculates its exponential backoff time. Let's say it's 1,000 meters. Then instead of waiting exactly 1,000 meters, it picks a random delay between 0 and 1,000 meters.
Okay, so one might retry after 100 meters, another after 850 meters, another after 500 meters.
Precisely. That randomness smooths out those spiky waves of retries into a much more even, manageable stream of traffic. It gives the server crucial breathing room to recover resources. Jitter is absolutely key for effective backoff.